Hello, my loves. Welcome to... What time is it? It's 10 to 9. It's not actually that early. I'm just very, very tired. My body has decided to do this fun thing recently where it wakes me up between 4 and 5 a.m. every morning, and it's hit or miss whether I can get back to sleep. Today, I want to get some reading done. I set my goal for the year to read 100 books, and according to Storygraph, I am 3 books behind already. I'm not too worried because, like, I know myself, right? I can have months where I read 15 books, and then I can have months where I read like 1 or 2. It all evens out in the end, I think. But 2 months into the year, we're already slacking, we're already falling behind, so I want to sit down and actually read some books. And I thought, why don't I do a 24-hour reading challenge? Why wouldn't that be a good idea?
No.
The problem is, right, my sleep, I've been trying really hard to actually have a healthy sleep schedule. Where I'm trying to have a healthy sleep schedule and it's already messing itself up, I don't really want to make it worse and stay up for 24 hours. I could do that easily. I'm quite good at surviving on no sleep, but should I?
Yes!
No. So what we're actually going to do is we are going to cheat just a little bit, and we're going to do 2 blocks of 12 hours because I feel like that's better. That's more realistic. So we're going to start today. We're going to do a little timer. We're going to read for 12 hours straight, and then tomorrow we'll do another 12 hours because I do need to sleep. I do. As much as I would love to just be like, fuck it and stay up all night, I know that's not a good idea, so we're not doing that. I have some ideas of what we're going to read. I am in the middle of an arc at the moment. I say I'm in the middle. I think I've got like 70-80% of it left, so I'm not actually that far into it. It's good so far. I want to try and finish that today. I think it's saying I've got like 4 or 5 hours left, so we should be able to smash that out today. I've picked up a few books. These are all from my 26 and 26, and they were the ones that kind of stood out. We have The Long Shoe by Bob Mortimer, which I also have the audiobook for, and I'll probably mostly listen to because he reads it himself. The Sinner and the Scholar by Lana Pecherczyk, My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshefer, apologies, and The Burial of the Rats by Bram Stoker, and a few other short stories are in there as well. I think what I'm going to read when I finish... My little charm fell off. This charm, like, I know I got it from Temu, so I wasn't expecting high quality, but it really does not stay in the little port very well. It falls out very easily. What I think I'm actually going to read next, though, after I finish the arc, The Devil in Silver by Victor LaValle. I don't really remember anything about it. I think, maybe is it about a cult?
No.
Or an asylum? I can't remember, but it sounded interesting. So that might be what I read next, but we'll see how I feel when I finish this arc, which is called The Tumbling Girl, which I'm a bit confused about because I went to add it to my Goodreads and it's already been published. Like, it's been out since 2023. I think it's being republished, but I don't actually know if anything's different in it compared to the previous version of it, because obviously I didn't read the previous version. So far I'm enjoying it. Set in Victorian London in a theatre where they do like loads of, I suppose, like circus acts kind of, and one of the performers has gone missing. She's dead. It's been ruled a suicide, but her mum and our main character Minnie don't think it was a suicide, and something weird's going on. I'm just gonna crack on, get some snacks, get a good drink. We're just gonna have a chill time here today. Let's set the right atmosphere, shall we?
I will punch your teeth in if you come near me.
How does one light a candle with one hand and not burn themselves? I've only been reading for 40 minutes and I've already had to stand up and do a little lap to stop myself from falling asleep. I thought 12 hours would be really easy, like that's just a normal day, but I kind of forgot that getting cozy under a little blanket with some nice ambiance and reading and the heating on, it just makes me very sleepy. I am enjoying this book though. Do you know what? I'm really enjoying this book. Like I said, like Victorian murder mystery. So our main girl Minnie she used to be a performer at this theatre, but she stopped performing and we don't know why, but she has like a mysterious reason for not performing anymore. One of the other performers is dead, and she and the performer's mum thinks that she was murdered, and she had ties to this guy that was going to run for parliament, and now he's dead too. He maybe accidentally overdosed on arsenic because he took it regularly for some reason. The way he died is not consistent with that, and the police seem all too happy to just be like, yeah, it was arsenic, it's fine. Moving on. Far into this, actually, am I? I absolutely hate reading on my Kindle. They didn't have Senta Kobo as an option on NetGalley. I'm 36% through. I've apparently got 3.5 hours left. So not a super long book. I think I need to make another coffee. I think that's what I need to do. I'm going to make myself a little iced coffee because I am the level of warm that is dangerous for falling asleep. I'm severely overdue on doing my washing up. Like, just don't judge me. You may be like, Nikki, maybe you could spend 12 hours cleaning your house instead of reading, but I don't want to do that, so... Okay, we are like, I think like 2 hours in. I'll check in a sec. Although technically it is actually a bit longer. I paused my timer while making coffee because I needed to dilly-dally a bit with how many tins of tuna to rest my phone on to be able to film. So I think we're a bit over 2 hours, but I'm not 100% sure how long exactly. I'm still really tired. That coffee didn't really do much. I mean, coffee never particularly wakes me up. I don't know why I still think it will. We have made good progress. I'm 58% of the way through, and do you know what? I'm really enjoying this book. Like, it's not super action-packed. It's not super quick, but like there's little hints of mystery. We're following a few different people, like this private investigator, we're following Minnie, and then sort of like other side characters as well that are being drawn into the mystery. I'm pretty sure this is part of a series actually, but I don't know if the next book is out yet, or maybe it is and it's also getting republished. Yeah, it looks like it's already out. I'm not gonna buy it right now. We'll wait to see if I do actually enjoy the rest of this book too, but I reckon I'll be finished with this pretty soon, and we're still gonna have plenty of time left. We're gonna get so much reading done today. This is wonderful, as long as I can stay awake. What time even is it? 20 to 12? Well, I started at like 9. Okay, so I accidentally paused the timer for way too long. We're just gonna go until the timer hits 12 hours, so we still have 10 hours of reading left. What the fuck?
The woman was too stunned to speak.
So their investigations have led them to a private members club. This private members club is fucked up. What the fuck is happening? I'd just like to read you a particularly accurate quote. If there was a law against getting excited by weird stuff, half of the House of Lords would be behind bars. Does anyone else, when you're reading historic fiction, specifically I'm obviously talking about Victorian fiction, or like a classic, just want to start talking like a Victorian person? Because honestly, they had the best phrases.
Shut up and drink your gin!
They were so much more whimsical than our phrases now. In this book, they've frequently said, oh, she's got the morbs, which is one of my favourite Victorian phrases of all time. And I don't know why I don't say it more often, because I frequently have the morbs. A guy's just punched another guy, and the guy who got punched was surprised by it. He's lying on the floor and he says, well, carry me out and bury me decent. Who would have thought you had it in you? That's so much better than the shit we say now. I think all of us should start talking like this again. I don't know if I'm just dumb. I cannot tell where this is going. I can't tell who's to blame for all of these things. There's many people dead now. I have no idea what's going on. I've only got like 20% left. This is insane. Oh, piss. Oh, you twat. What is happening? Oh, did Tom tell her that? Oh, gross. There's something weird going on here. I've got 9% left, and the person that seems to be the evil person I don't think actually is. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Okay, we've been reading for about 4 hours at this point, and I've just finished the first book. That was really enjoyable, actually. Up until probably, like, yeah, 90%. I had no idea what was happening. Although I didn't know what was going on until the end, my suspicions then at 90%-ish turned out to be accurate. Still at 100% though. The motivations, there's a lot of things not mentioned. I was shocked, aghast, a little grossed out at times, and I'm definitely going to read the next book. That was good. That was a good book. I am very hungry, so I have paused the timer. I'm going to pause to eat and replenish some energy, and then we will get started on the next book. Okay, so it is at this point like an hour later. But made some food, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch something, because if I start watching something while I eat, I will not be doing any more reading today. I will at least not be getting my 12 hours. So I know I said I was gonna read The Devil in Silver next, but because I have the audiobook of this, I decided to start listening to the audiobook while I was eating, and I think I'm just gonna stick with this rather than flitting between different things. And this is Bob Mortimer's newest book, and can I just say, opened with a cracker of a line. I'm currently 8 chapters in, so I'll just redo my favourite parts so far. So the opening line: the moment I woke up, it hit me. I really fancied a soft-boiled egg. Goes to the kitchen, goes to get an egg. It was empty. I was eggless. Like, most of the first chapter is just about how much he wants an egg.
I haven't even had an egg for energy or nothing.
I made a mental note to buy some eggs that afternoon, although chances are the egg craving would be gone by then. Very relatable. I know exactly what he means. My new favourite saying, which I will be entering my vernacular: an eggless house is a fool's palace. You're so right. Also, for anyone who particularly likes Bob Mortimer, follows his stories on Would I Lie to You, the cat in this book is called Goodmonson, which I really appreciate. I think it's gonna be similar, like, comedy, thriller, crime type book to his previous ones, but it is not linked to his previous book. Summary on the front is a mystery with 3 or 4 suspects. Main character, Matt. He lost his job. His girlfriend is a lawyer, and she's got like a really hard case that she's working on at the moment. He is supposed to be in his time off trying to find a new flat for them and also find a job for himself, and he is doing neither of those things. He's just kind of being a bit of a useless man.
Fucking guy.
He is spending his days having a little walk around the park, getting some cake and a coffee, coming home, watching TV, maybe having a nap, and then waking up just before she gets home so he can like clean and make it look like he's been active all day. But then one day she just disappears. She puts a note through the door saying she's going for a few days, she doesn't know when she'll be back, don't contact her. There's someone contacting him called Kiara from a rental company, I can't remember what it's called, and she keeps calling him, and she's speaking like a robot. There's clearly something weird about this woman, but she's like, oh, you can come live in this luxury apartment and you just have to like do a few administrative jobs for us and we'll half the rent for you. Clearly very weird, but he's just like, yeah, sure, that sounds great. And then when Harriet, his girlfriend, comes back, she'll be so happy that I found somewhere to live. Girlfriend's missing, he's being offered a shady opportunity. Don't know what's gonna happen. It's probably gonna be a silly, fun time finding out. This isn't very long, so I think I should easily be able to finish this today, hopefully. Oh, also, I have given up on the stopwatch that I started, where I accidentally paused it for too long. It was like, I wasn't going to finish until like 10:30, 11 o'clock. And I was like, I know that I started reading at 9 o'clock. So we're just going to say that I'm finishing at 9. I only briefly paused to make lunch and then listened to an audiobook while I was eating. So I think it's fine. We're just going to finish at 9 and go from there. It is currently 3:20. So I've got plenty of reading time. Let's keep reading. But it is so windy outside today. I have heard several wheelie bins being carried down the road by it, so that's great. Question. He went to find out about this job offer for the really cheap rent for this nice apartment. The guy who owns the building basically wants him to spy on all of the neighbours and feed him the information about it. This is described as a very nice, very luxury apartment, the main draw of which being it has a really nice bath, which, like, look, mate, I can understand being drawn to a really nice bath and also like heated flooring. I get that. But my question to you is, would you take that offer if it was like a really, really, really nice apartment and you were getting it for half price rent, which meant it was now more than affordable to you, and all you had to do was spy on the neighbours and feed information back to this guy? Would you do it? I think I'm just too lazy to do that. I have to talk to people all the time, like go out of my way to. I don't know if I'd want to do that. That's the thing that would stop me, having to make friends with and talk to these people, not the fact that it's immoral. Just I can't be bothered to talk to people. I'm getting tired again. Do you know, I thought this would be so easy. I was like, 12 hours, that's so easy. So easy to just sit down and read all day. But I am tired. I'm very tired. My eyes are getting sleepy. I don't want more coffee. Coffee's not gonna help. I feel like I need to not sit in a comfortable position, because as soon as I do, I'm like, I need to sit as uncomfortably as possible and then I'll be fine. Guys, I'm so tired. I am 176 pages into this. I would estimate maybe like 60% through. I'm enjoying this despite having to reread the past few pages of that chapter because I genuinely did nearly fall asleep. It's not even that late. What's happened to me? I'm not that old that I should be falling asleep at 5 to 6 at night. I've got 3 hours left of reading. If I had to say maybe I'll pause to eat, but I actually think that would make me more tired because then I'd have like post-food slump. And also I'm really not that hungry. So I'm gonna push through, see if we can finish this, a little goal for myself, see if we can finish this and also start another book. Might listen to the audiobook for a little bit, see if I can stay awake. Can you imagine if I tried to do 24 hours? There's me like, yeah, I could quite easily stay up for 24 hours. I just don't want to. That was a lie. I could not do that. This is the shitty little game that I play on my phone while I'm listening to audiobooks, although I'm currently stuck on this level, so I may have to switch to another shitty little game. But if anyone knows more shitty little games like this, please let me know.
She likes the food I cook. Go and fuck a dry rising inlet. I assumed he was in the bathroom.
Doubtless Will would be concerned about the fraud case. Glad when I was at the boathouse and a child screaming. 2 hours, love, if you don't leave, Liam pointed his pen at my face.
The more of this I read, the less of a fan I am of our main character Matt, which honestly is hard for that to happen given that he is being narrated by Bob Mortimer. I'm still enjoying the story. I just fear it's not going to go in the direction that I think it should, or I hope it will. So Harriet, his girlfriend, left, right? He doesn't know where she is. We're getting chapters from her point of view and we don't really know where she is either or what's happened. She's just like dissociating and thinking back on her life and how they got together and just like everything. The more we find out about their relationship, the more I think she needs to stay away. He just seems like the kind of guy that does not take anything seriously, makes a joke out of everything even when it's a serious conversation, perfectly content, as we saw at the beginning, to just do nothing and not take any responsibility for anything and just be content to rely solely on her.
Fucking guy.
And I fear they're going to get together again at the end, and it's all going to be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I don't want that to happen. Obviously, we need to resolve the crime. I still don't really know what's going on. I don't know where she is. I'm starting to have suspicions, but I don't know where she is.
I don't know where I am, but somewhere I am.
I don't know how it's connected to his weird job. I don't trust the guy who's employed him, but then at the same time, that would be too obvious, right? If it was him. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I hope Matt does some serious development in this time, because I will not be happy if he stays the exact same and then everything gets resolved and they're happy together.
Exercise counselling session. How's Callum? Maybe it's your mind that's crisper, man. May I introduce you to some essential oils that might help you achieve a sense of calm and equilibrium?
See if I can pyramid scheme guy.
And not getting much, to be honest. It's a bit meh. No, meh. Yeah, I'm just saying it's a bit meh. It's meh. Yeah, well, okay, that as well.
Let's call it a tip. When it eventually clocks with, here's the thing, Harriet. It was as if you were gift wrapped. Maybe I've made a mistake.
We have finished The Long Shoe. That was good. That was a fun little time. The most shocking thing of all, and this is not technically a spoiler, don't worry, because it will make no sense out of context. He threw the long shoe in the bin. Like, the reveal of who was behind everything, his shady job, nothing elicited a gasp from me the same way that him throwing out the long shoe did. This was good, this was fun, not too serious, not too intense. Like, even in the, you know, the tension, scary bit at the end where there's like the climax of the crime, it was still fun. Just the similes that Bob Mortimer comes up with, wonderful. Bring some humour and some lightness to what could otherwise be quite a horrific scene. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Don't think I quite enjoyed it as much as the Satsuma complex. Honestly, I think it would be maybe a 3.5. I've realised I didn't even give the Tumbling Girl a rating. That's definitely a 4. It is 20 to 9, so I have 20 minutes left to read. And my question is, do I start The Devil in Silver, or do I do a little palate cleanser of The Burial of the Rats? Then I could start this and finish it in the morning. I don't know, I don't think I'm in the mood for this, honestly. Am I in the mood for it?
No.
I don't know what I'm in the mood for. Anything else on here I would want to read? I'm tempted to read, actually. Oh, there's yogurt on my Kindle. How did that happen? I might have a look at, you know, all those like really short story collections that Amazon do every so often. Ali Hazelwood usually writes one of them. I think there was a Valentine's Day one. Don't think Ali did one this time. There's one by the author of Lights Out. Won't be reading that one. I don't know what I want to read. I had not considered this being an issue. You know what? I know it hasn't officially been 12 hours, okay? I know, but there's only like 10 minutes left and I'm really tired. So 11 hours, 50 minutes done. I'll just add an extra 10 minutes on tomorrow, okay? I've just realized if I read even just one more book tomorrow, I will have caught up and I'll be on track. My reading goal, which is great. I am going to try and get enough sleep so that even if I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm not falling asleep while we're reading tomorrow. So I will see you back in the morning. Good morning. We are starting a little bit later than intended this morning. It's not that late. It's like 9:25. The reason we're starting a little bit later was because I was still plagued by indecision of what to read. I am just going to start reading The Devil in Silver. I think I was just overthinking. I think I should be able to finish this today. Oh, it says 10 hours. We'll see about that. I don't really remember what this book is about at all. I did like briefly skim there was like a forward. You know what I mean. It made reference to The Trial by Kafka and The Double, I think, by Dostoevsky, and I really enjoyed both of those. So I'm hoping that was an apt comparison in terms of feeling and theme that's similar. You may have noticed, if you've been here a while, I don't particularly like knowing what books are about in huge amounts of detail before I read them. I prefer just to go into them with like a vague idea. And if I bought it, clearly it seemed interesting to me at the time. I think it's in an asylum. I think the guy is wrongfully convicted of something and goes in there and then is trying to get out. That is my vibe. We will see. Let's just start. I'm gonna round it up to it's past, so we will be finishing today at 20 to 10. Hopefully we can read all of this today and we can maybe sneak something else in too, so I can actually get ahead of my reading goal for the year. That would be great. Oh my god, I've just realised we don't have any ambiance playing. Actually, bear with. I'm reading without ambiance. Oh, why is there a remote over there? Am I a lonely cat? I've read 3 pages and I fear, even though my sleep was significantly better yesterday, my concentration is not.
Hey, not only poor quality, but also poor quantity. What do you mean, Hijo? Another subtle but effective correction. Pad and pen.
Somehow already 12 o'clock. I really don't know how that happened. After me being like, oh yeah, I'm really struggling to concentrate today, my mind's just wandering. Clearly, I'm fine. I don't know where that time's gone. I am enjoying this. I had a brief scare where my Kobo just froze. Didn't seem like it would even turn itself off or back on, but we got it back on. It's fine. I think I mentioned when I did my review a few months ago that my Kobo does that sometimes. I don't know if anyone else has had that problem with theirs before. It doesn't happen super often. It's happened like maybe, I want to say like maybe 3 times in over a year that I've owned it, but whenever it does happen I get a little bit scared that it's just never going to turn back on. But I am 30% through. How long are we saying I have left? Are you doing it again? Why are you doing it again? Oh, there's me being like, oh, it only happens like, it's only happened like 3 times. Make that 4. It's back on. Hopefully it keeps working okay. Yeah, so it's like I've got like 5 hours left. I am enjoying it though. I don't even know if I could really say it's creepy, because like it is creepy.
Beefy paper.
I don't know, there's just something about the writing that I like. Something about the writing that's keeping me interested, even though I don't know how to describe what I mean. Like, the characters are okay. The atmosphere isn't amazing. It's not making me feel particularly creeped out, even though it is kind of creepy. There's some weird... Is it a person? Is it a devil in silver? Who knows? That's potentially terrorizing these people in this psychiatric hospital. But there's just something about the writing and the narration and like specifically getting some of the main characters' thoughts that is... What the hell is that? What would that mean? That I would finish that at like 5? Oh, okay, and then we can definitely start a new book. Let's just hope that my Kobo stays well. It's like 4 o'clock. I'm like 60-something% through this book and I don't really understand what's happening or where it's going. I also evidently will not be finishing it by 5. Either my Kobo thinks I read a lot faster than I do, or I'm just reading really slowly today. I did pause and listen to the audiobook for a while so I could actually do the washing up. I also just had to go to the shop because I didn't realise I was on my last toilet roll. It was a fun experience. They're already selling Easter eggs for some reason, so I did also get myself a little treat of an Easter egg. An eggless house is a fool's palace. Yeah, I don't know where this book's going. Psychiatric hospital. Some kind of monster potentially haunting the hospital, roaming the wards, attacking patients. Up until about 40%, and now it seems like we've moved in a different direction. I don't really know where we're going. The monster's just suddenly not being mentioned anymore. I don't know if it's going to come back. I don't know if we're now more focusing on how badly patients in psychiatric hospitals definitely used to be treated. This is written in 2011 or published in 2011 and sometimes still are treated. It seems like we're focusing more on that, which is fine. That's just not what I thought we were doing. I'm interested to see where this is maybe going. In case you were wondering if we know where this book's going, there was just an entire chapter about the life of Vincent van Gogh. So, actually, wait a sec. Maybe I spoke too soon? I think the monster's back. I think I spoke too soon. There's no monster. Maybe I spoke too soon again. There is a monster.
But not for long!
What is happening? Whoa. What the fuck? Piss. Okay. So, I finished it. I really don't know how I feel about that book. It wasn't quite what I was expecting, but it wasn't bad. It was still good. I still enjoyed it. And I don't mean this in the way it's gonna come out, but I don't understand the point of it. And I don't mean like, oh, why should it have been written? I don't understand what the message or the plot or I don't understand what the point was. What were you trying to tell me? I can kind of understand what the foreword was saying about the trial. Because it was like, this guy shouldn't have been there. There was no reason for him to have been put in there. He was not mentally unwell. But then it's like that classic thing of the more you try and convince people you're well, the less they believe you. Like, you lured me in with a monster, and there wasn't a monster. Or there kind of was a monster. Like, no spoilers. But that kind of then stopped being the point after a while. So was it really just about people just being people? And they deserve support regardless? Is that what the point was? I'm not really sure. It was enjoyable, just maybe like not 100% what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be creepier. I thought it was going to be more like horror, surrealist horror, absurdist horror, and it wasn't. It definitely wasn't a bad book. Because I don't know how I feel about it, I'm just going to give it 3 stars. Because I don't really know what else to do. That did also take me longer than I thought. It is 10 to 8. I did have a bit of a break, to be fair, because my memory card ran out of space, so I had to wait for files to transfer for a bit. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go till 10, and I'd already decided midway through that book what I was gonna read next, because I feel like I've read a lot of mystery, crime, not horror, but you know what I mean. So we're gonna read something completely different. We're gonna read The Sinner and the Scholar by Lana Pecherczyk. Now, I say we're going to read it, we're going to start it, because I don't anticipate I'm going to finish this in, what's that, like 2 hours? I need some Lana. This Instagram filter guy on the front cover is just calling to me. I think this will be nice and easy for me to get to, a nice easy read to finish the night. I trust Lana for it to be as good as Fake Guardians was, and therefore I will not even need to think about concentrating. Again, no clue what this is about. I think, if I remember correctly from when I talked about it in my 26 and 26 video, they're about superhero nuns, I think.
Alright, we about to have some spiritual milk.
Thea was trained as a seductive assassin for the nuns of the Hildegard Sisterhood. So basically, if Black Widow was a nun. I don't know if I'm doing absolutely dumb. Oh, it literally says... It literally says Wesley, who I think is the Instagram boy on the front, is a relentless demon hunter. I hadn't read that, but just like, wait, there's actual demons in this? I don't know why I thought there weren't actual demons. Oh, no. Do I remember now? Is this the one that it says, like, if you like Supernatural and Buffy, you'll probably like this? I hope so. Oh my god, this is so supernatural already after just 1 chapter. She's fighting a demon, his eyes turn completely black. Do you know how much when I watched Supernatural I wanted to get those like full black contact lenses? Apparently they're really difficult to see out of, and they're huge. Maybe I should rewatch Supernatural. No. Someone tell me not to do that, because I will do what I do every single time. I'll struggle through the first few seasons, because I know Cass will be coming into it soon. Then when Cass is in it, I'll be like, oh my god, amazing. And then I'll keep watching it until series 5, when I then remember the show should have ended there. And then I'll struggle for a few more seasons, thinking like, oh, just wait until they find the bunker, and then it'll be okay. But inevitably I'll give up before we get to that point. That's what happens every single time I try to rewatch Supernatural. Brief tangent over. I'm gonna go back to reading now. Oh, you just cut off his arm and brought it into a taxi with you. Dysentery. Lana, I love you. I love you deeply. I love your books. However, when Beyonce said girls run the world, she didn't know the half of it. We do. From Joan of Arc to Margaret Thatcher. A clever woman is behind much of history, or a man who's made history. I understand what you mean, but like, surely there was a better example than Margaret Thatcher. An awful woman to be reminded of. Oh my god, one of the superhero hunters infiltrate the Pentagon. I love this already. It's 10 o'clock. I would estimate I'm a little bit under halfway through. I managed to get through 148 pages and Lana's done it again. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Demonic possessions on the rise.
On the devil, let's stomp.
A group of not quite nuns, but who live in a nun house. What is it called? Why do I always forget what it's called? I don't remember. Anyway, there's some silliness in this. Not as much silliness as the Fae Guardian series. I haven't laughed quite as much, but I have still laughed. It is just giving me a lot of Supernatural, like the good seasons of Supernatural. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm actually, even though I have read for 12 hours today and 12 hours yesterday, I'm gonna keep reading this. I'm gonna go get into bed and I'm gonna keep reading this and I'm gonna thoroughly enjoy it. And thank you for sticking with me while I got through my books. I'm now back on track with my goal for the year and crossed off one of my 26 and 26. So I think we made good progress. I hope if you have been just chilling, reading along with me, then you've also made some progress. I'm gonna go keep reading. And what's the thing that I say at the end of videos? I feel like I need to watch the end of one of my own videos. I've only been saying the same thing for like, what, 2 years at this point?